Hi. Cognitive load theory is a theory that neuroscientists suggest is the process of loading brain with information and the amount of that information that can be held before processing of that information is necessary. The different types of cognitive load theory that neuroscientists have categorized are intrinsic cognitive load theory, extraneous cognitive load theory, and germane cognitive load theory. Essentially, some specific examples of this that I think of when I hear this are moments when teachers are giving instructions to students and they give multiple instructions at one time. That can be an overload of the brain and the cognitive capacity. Um, those kind of moments are what neuroscientists are trying to optimize to figure out what is the true capacity of brain space and cognitive load availability before it's an overwhelming feeling. Sometimes in those moments when teachers are giving multiple instructions for an assignment or an activity to their students, they can already overload the child's brain at that moment. The instruction can be too rigorous, or just the directions can have too many steps given it at too short of a time, too quickly. Again, that moment and that available space or capacity is the information that neuroscientists are trying to pinpoint, so that way we can know what is the actual amount of space in the brain that students can utilize to hold information essentially, before they need to start processing and using the information, so that way us as teachers and even as learners, we're not overloading our brains. So that's one specific example that I caught. Something interesting that I read according to our handbook in our text, which will be referenced below, is that certain percentages of alpha and theta brain power actually produce a continuous measure of instantaneous cognitive load, which means this evaluation could show the effectiveness of learning, and the interventions which would measure those students like holistically for their cognitive load failures, essentially, which will give us the reflection and the difference in the cognitive processing. So, like, what is too much, what is too little? Simply, it has the ability to measure the learner's brain power during the baseline period when they are more relaxed. So, before they take the test, when they first enter the school building, when they're at home, what is their brain power? What is their cognitive load like then? And then at the moment of the testing period, when the learners are engaged in learning, so right when the test begins, or right when the instructions have been given, or the activity has started. This was interesting information, and I saw where this actually could have a great effect on gifted students as well. It could actually take and show the differences in the processing of the extraneous load associated with the attention in learning when students are part of a gifted program, and how they process video, textual, and pictorial information in multimedia learning, and just the way that they can take that in and process that information. This is something that really could help education and really could help teachers and school systems to truly make assessments effective and make learning effective.